Iron streamers already a kind of vampires, creature of the night who forever would never see the sun. Bro, my brother already made fun of us this morning.
He said vampire. He called us vampires.
Top marathon players are abandoning the game due to a new issue. The sales numbers are plummeting.
Does it depress you to know just how alone you really are?
I don't know, personally, it just amuses me. Also, I just realized I'm 10 for 10. The joke of I like playing with dead things because this game is dying and I played it so I can review it.
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the beautifully bawdy Dr. Disaster, and it has been incredible to watch Marathon spiral like a turd flushing down the drain, and I've gotta say, the turd comparison seems fairly apt, since the following appears to have been the development process for Bungie with Marathon.
Oh god.
It's been
Ew. Based on that actor, was it from Dumb and Dumber?
I think so.
Wait, Dumb and Dumber were the ones with the fuzzy dog van, right?
It was with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels, no?
Yep. Okay, it's from Dumb and Dumber. Okay. Also, before we continue the video, let me pull up the numbers for Marathon on Steam. 21.8. It went from 88.3 to 21.8. Oh, it's been, man, this is rough, man. Look at this
Just
like steady decline.
yeah, that thing is rough.
Yeah.
a minute since we've checked in on this game, but look at Marathon's player count now. They are maxing out at less than 30,000 concurrent players during the weekdays on Steam, and over the weekend they topped out at about 36,000, meaning that in a month they have lost around 60% of their audience. Considering
That's a very fast decline. Like this doesn't even feel like an organic this doesn't feel like organic decline with it settling into its core audience. This just looks like people just getting bored. It's too fast, it's too rapid.
that this is a game made by Bungie, I fully expected that they would stabilize at a player count level much higher than this, but they have plummeted into the depths.
Wow! What a hole!
Now, I've seen a bunch of people try to defend
Most of the people playing it are Destiny players because they don't have anything left to do in Destiny. Bro, Destiny players were told not to play Marathon by the creator of Marathon.
Like you can't make this up. This was destined to fail.
Oh no, it was 100% destined to fail. This game did not have a fighting chance.
Marathon recently by pretending not to understand the difference between a single player game, which takes, say, 12 hours to beat, versus a live service game like Marathon. These Bungie bros will point at the Steam charts for Resident Evil Requiem or games like that and claim some sort of victory because Marathon.
Bro, what victory? Resident Evil Requiem is a single player story game. There's only so much you can do. Marathon is an ongoing live service online PvP game. It's not the same. It's like saying like taking a bicycle is the same as being driven in a limousine.
Marathon
You can make up your own decision. What's the bicycle? What's the limousine?
Currently has more concurrent players playing their game, never minding the fact that Resident Evil players beat that game in a few days and largely moved on.
Bro, the second Resident Evil dropped from day one, it took us like what? 3 days to do the whole playthrough for the channel from day one. That's how hyped we were. Those streams are also really long too.
But for any of those people really interested in making such a comparison, let's talk some numbers that really matter. Resident Evil Requiem sold 6 million copies or so in its first month, and during roughly the same time period, Marathon has sold a little over 1 million. And the misery
I still
Damn.
cannot. But you know what's the true scary part? Like this video. This is not AI. This is an actual person.
and the misery keeps piling up for the people trying to save this game. Word has come out now that actually there is apparently a large problem with cheaters in Marathon.
Who would have seen that coming? It's as if Bungie always had hacker issues. Especially when it came to Trials in Destiny 2, and Bungie would punish you for reporting the hackers instead of doing anything about the hackers. I was one of the Destiny 2 PvP players, so they never did shit about the hackers. They only punished you for actually speaking up about the hackers. That was fun.
Which is affecting the competitive scene, as you would imagine. And you know this problem must be really bad because even the normally sycophantic game journalists are writing about the issue once again. There are a ton of these Marathon defenders acting like actually the problem is not widespread, acting like it isn't really happening, but even Bungie themselves addressed it in a recent post on X. Despite all their bravado, cheating is happening in Marathon, and just like with the fact that the game is crumbling before our very eyes, diminishing down to unsustainable player levels, the
Marathon somehow is also estimated to have 400 million budget. 200 million of that went into art theft.
reality.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Alright, me hearties, to say that Marathon is struggling to attract new players is a wild understatement. A few weeks ago, we learned that Marathon had limped to 1.2 million in copies sold, and in the time ever since, they have not gained much ground at all. The site VG Analytics has been fairly spot on with their sales estimates on this game, coinciding perfectly with the numbers presented in that sales report from a few weeks back, and these days, as you can see, VG Analytics is estimating that the game has sold 928,000 copies.
Oh, that's not enough, brother. That's not enough. Oh, they're all about to lose their job there.
On the Steam platform. Now, previously, Steam accounted for approximately 70% of the sales numbers.
Shocker. Shocker. Absolutely mind blown. You know what also funny? There's a lot of these people who are the ones complaining about Steam, but when they actually do buy games, it's always on Steam. It's as if like people don't even have any sort of conviction. Like
Nope.
like they're wrong, but at least have some conviction, have some backbone, you know?
Numbers of this game, if that figure is still at least roughly accurate, and there's no reason to believe that it isn't, then at this point we can estimate that the game has sold a little over 1.3 million units.
Okay, listen. People in the chat going, Concord was like 11 days. I know. Just go with the joke, okay? Just let me do the thing, okay? Okay? Just go along.
That is wild for a game from a studio that was just purchased by Sony for multiple billions of dollars. With that said, no, the game is not attracting new players at a pace which I would call rapid, and that pace is only going.
But not only they're not attracting new players, they cannot maintain the players they did get.
Yeah.
Going to slow down as the game gets older and new games come out. The dwindling player count is only going to make this situation worse for the game as well, which is why the Bungie defenders are so irritated that people are still sharing the player count of this game. First of all, it's embarrassing to them that they have hitched their wagon to a game that is falling apart, but second of all, it isn't exactly a major draw for prospective players to see that a major AAA game, which is only about a month old, is struggling to hit 30,000 concurrent players at its peak despite being a live.
Someone do a wellness check on people who are still buying skins in Marathon. Are they okay?
No, they're not.
Imagine if you like buy skins in like Marathon or something, like your bank flags it as fraud. Even the bank's like, bro, no one can be that stupid, right?
Service game, but you know what is also going to foil their plans of world domination for Marathon? This news right here is not going to help at all. Apparently, the cheating problem in Marathon is a sizable one. This article is from Paul Tassi at Forbes, and while I don't often agree with him on a lot of things, I will say that he has been pretty fair on the topic of Marathon. With that in mind, we are going to read this article talking about the cheaters. It says here, Marathon has faced more challenges than your average game, but emerged from the other side.
Where all the people squealing on Twitter about how awesome Marathon is, the same place where the people who were hyping up Dustborn are. They only do that for social media cloud, but in reality, they don't play games. They never played a single game. They just want social media brownie points.
As a solid, unique extraction shooter, currently attempting to convince a larger audience to play a solid, unique extraction shooter. But that's now getting harder due to a rising problem in the game: cheaters. Cheaters, of course, plague any shooter to some degree, but Marathon's highest end modes especially are starting to become rife with them, creating a sense of unease and frustration among average players and streamers alike that they might end up in a match with one, or a team, or multiple teams. The problem is that this is an extraction shooter, a genre with much, much more on the line. If you die, you don't just lose the game, you lose everything you brought with you, potentially tens of.
Really, Marathon is like the most non-punishing extraction shooter. Source, we played it. Like, so you have Tarkov, complexity-wise, how much you're gonna get punished, right? Then you have our creators, and then at the very bottom you have Marathon. Like, I feel like Marathon, you barely get punished, especially considering how easily you can get into the game, loot up, and just extract right away with screwing over the randos you got put into the game with. Source, I did that. I screwed over the randos I had on my team.
Thousands of dollars of gear each time you hit a cheater. You might as well drop all your gear off a cliff. Arc Raiders has dealt / is dealing with this as well, and that is also a huge issue for that game, but Bungie has prided itself on the idea that it was going to be better about limiting cheating, at one point famously declaring that cheating would result in a no questions asked ban, in contrast to an announced 3 strikes policy over at Arc. Bungie also made a big fuss about what they were doing to prevent cheating, which went.
Wait, they're giving the cheaters 3 strikes thing? What happened with like instantly banning cheaters? I guess they're that desperate that they're even giving cheaters like the same approach as a toddler. Wow.
Huh.
Above and beyond Destiny 2, again frequently plagued by cheaters. So yeah, the reason that this issue is such a problem for Marathon, aside from the fact that they are already struggling to attract new players, is the fact that they were displaying such bravado on this subject leading up to their release, acting like they had all the solutions and that this simply would not be a problem in this new game. And yet, here we are. But Reading on, the article says next, in February of 26, right before the server slam and Marathon's subsequent launch, Bungie released an entire blog post about security and cheater prevention, which includes dedicated servers, fog of war, rebuilt security stack plus an extra layer with BattlEye, analytics to track everything a player is doing, where its security analysts track and nuke cheaters, systems to prevent item duplication and economic cheating, and the final promise, networking and security will be an ongoing conversation with the Marathon community. We are committed to making your experiences on Tau Ceti 4 fun, engaging, and fair. We will be continuously monitoring the live game and will make frequent updates and investments to our network technologies and security measures. Bungie does admit cheating is never fully solved, which is of course true, but this is a fraught moment for Marathon where a month into launch it is trying to retain players, and if its most dedicated, highest end players are now consistently running into cheaters despite all of this supposed prevention, you're going to start losing a valuable subset.
They don't care. Like, bro, any person who played Destiny knows that they don't give a damn.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Like, this game, like, Marathon technically is cheaper than Destiny 2. With the amount on DLCs you had to spend on Destiny to be even viable to take part in PvP. If they didn't give a damn there, what makes you think they would give a damn here?
They will not.
Of players, it may already be starting. Here's a streamer summing up the situation for many. Tried to play some ranked Marathon tonight, played 7 games, and got off after being blatantly cheated on in 3 of the 7 matches I played. As much as I enjoy the game, I don't care enough to deal with cheaters plaguing a.
Sorry, I have to say this, the way he phrased it, it's like he made it sound like a player that's playing Marathon got cheated on.
Yeah,
Like in real
that's
life by his
odd.
girlfriend or something. Bro, imagine that's the reality that's happening. Like you play Marathon, you get cheated on. Like, ew, I need a real gamer. Sorry. Intrusive thoughts.
Game again and will probably stop making content on it and go back to focusing on Apex. I'll for sure revisit if they get it under control, but currently ranked is completely unplayable and the only enjoyable part of the game to me is Cryo, which I can't play because of Pro League overlapping. Naturally, you've got a crew of people pissed off at Paul Tassi for writing this article. Just like with the player count of the game, these people want everyone to shut up about this negative development for Marathon because it is interfering with the game's success. But if this wasn't a massive issue that all of the big streamers were talking about, then I promise you that Marathon themselves would not have posted this just yesterday. I don't know what to tell you, Bungie bros, other than this popular 3-word phrase: cope and seethe. Just cope and seethe, dudes. Anyways, make sure to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already, and
Tony's probably absolutely celebrating buying Bungie, huh?
Yeah. So I just remember who what's his name? Aberelli? I remember him. He's an Apex Pro player, no? He went from one game filled with cheaters to another, and he's going back to the other game that's filled with cheaters.
Yep.
So I'm like, that's hilarious. I don't know. Overall though, they should just cut their losses and just sunset Marathon. That's just my honest opinion here.
But no, like you can slap on tits on a character, but if the game is trash, it's still trash, right?
Yeah.
In this case, the design is trash, the game is trash, the execution is trash, and the maintenance is trash. It's trash.
And their anti-cheat has always been trash. So it's not like it's a new thing, you know? Even in Halo, you guys may be coping, but Halo had a lot of hackers as well. They didn't do shit about it.
It was a
Pe-
big reason why they got rid of the Western president and moved decision making back east. They didn't get rid of him though. They quote unquote demoted him, but they still put him in charge of decisions. He still has the same pay allegedly, and he still has huge decision making. they basically removed them from the presidential like role for like public effect.
Yeah, like a CEO, like he stepped down.
Mhm.
Concord stepped down, but he's probably getting paid the same amount as he was
Allegedly.
CEO, allegedly.
But yeah, as for like, I cannot believe that it's the same company that made Halo. None of the people are there. People who made Halo, none of them are there.
They dipped a long time ago, brother.
So I absolutely 100% believe it's the same company, just not the same people. That's what people I think keep forgetting. A company can spiral down. Like look at CDPR, right? Especially when it comes to Witcher. Bro, don't give me that shit like, oh, let's see, maybe Witcher 4 is gonna be good. Shut the fuck up. Look at CDPR.
It's gonna be good, babe, swear.
The people who worked on Witcher 3, they left. They're working on Dawn Walker. The people who are working on Witcher 4 are not the same people who worked on the Witcher games. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
The developers, yes, like the person higher up might have been the person who was in charge of previous Assassin's Creed games. But the developers, the people who actually made the Assassin's Creed games, they have been removed a very long time ago. So of course it's not going to be the same game anymore because it's not the same people working on it.
A lot of people forgot about that, huh?
Yeah, like you can have the same company, but if it's not the same people, like for example, if you remove me and Zen from our channel and it's gonna be some other two people, it wouldn't be the same. It's still under the Lifu channel, but it wouldn't be the same.